Should all be good now. I'm back live once again. Joining the session. Is going to let me join? Yes, it is.
Yay! You finally got in.
Yeah, I hate the fact that when glitches happen, you sometimes have to restart your game.
Yeah.
It is annoying, but you know. But yeah, guys, we are back live once again. We are in the lobby now, so I believe we are waiting on. Well, I don't think the reserve are going to be able to join the race. I believe he's out of red altogether now. But we
Yeah,
are
he's
waiting on one.
Yeah, the reserve in question that caused the issue has been instructed that he won't be joining this session. He'll have to wait till 2022 to join us in F3. Unfortunately, is
It's CR7 apparently, who isn't in the lobby.
Well, he was having wheel issues, so that could only be that issue.
I mean, I'm sure we can band have a have a bit of a chat and see who's in the comments in the chat and have a little bit of a back and forth and see what's happening. So to everyone who is in chat right now, how is everyone doing? How is your Thursday evening going here? And the same question to you, Storm, as well. How's your Thursday evening?
Yeah, it's going quite well. Obviously, leading up to now the final week to Christmas, getting all the racing side and the commentary side done. Obviously, here with you this evening, and then obviously we'll be racing tomorrow for the final race of 2021 in TTML, as mentioned earlier. So, yeah, no, it's been a good day, and hopefully the racing doesn't disappoint here in F3. Hopefully we can get underway very shortly. I don't know, has CR7 joined?
Nope, not yet.
Nope. So we're just waiting for the championship title holder, as he is defending his crown at the moment. So it seems like, I wouldn't say it's this battle between CR7 and Carlsbury is like a Hamilton versus Verstappen situation, because Carlsbury is, quite a margin point gap, but it just seems like Carlsbury is like Verstappen at the moment. He's like, out the box.
Well,
he's
actually, he's
that lion.
That's something we could talk about. How do you feel about what happened in the season finale of Real Life F1 with what happened with Hamilton and Verstappen?
Everyone's going to have obviously different opinions, but I think the FIA made the wrong decision. Like, you can't fault Mercedes, you can't fault Hamilton, Verstappen, or Red Bull. You can't fault them because it was out of their control. It's the FIA's decision. I think they made a mistake. They know it, and I think come next season they need to be a lot more harsher. As I think we both can agree, the stewards in TTML are a lot more consistent and are harsh when needed to be. So yeah, I think a very long review would need to be done of what happened and why did it happen.
Well, I mean, my whole opinion, right, is they should have been let go the lap before. The lap car should have been let go the lap before, or it should have been red flagged as soon as the incident happened. But in my opinion, the right person won the championship. I know it's going to annoy a lot of Hamilton fans, but I mean, end of the day, over the course of the season, Verstappen deserved the championship. It just puts a sour taste in the mouth of it.
Yeah, with 10 seconds left on the clock, CR7 has got himself into the lobby. So we're going to have 27 laps here of the Russia track in Sochi Autodrome. And it's going to be a dry race, it looks to be. Well, a dry start. Who knows what the weather will be for the remainder of the race. But it's Sway on pole with the two Alfa Romeos behind. And with this type of track, would you want a pole position, or would you want to be maybe a little bit further down, knowing what turn 1 and turn 2 can cause?
You do not want pole position around this track whatsoever, because the rundown into turn 2 is immense, and you're going to get slipstreamed and overtaken down there. Obviously, Sway, he could get a very good start and not really be under pressure into turn 2, but it's more likely that he will end up having to go side by side with someone at some point on the rundown.
Yeah, and I think also with Sway, he's got no teammate he's got a teammate, but he hasn't got one that's up there, that can possibly put some pressure or, back him up going into turn 1.
Honestly, I'll say this, in terms of Graham. Graham may not have shown the raw pace this season, but what he has shown is that he's very good at keeping himself out of trouble. He'll just come over, he'll collect the points, and he'll contribute in his way. He'll contribute to the tally for the constructors. He'll help Sway out when he needs to, maybe after the pit stop phases. You never know. As we have the formation lap, so we'll get to see what tyre everyone is on. CR7 unfortunately does have to start from the back, joining as late as he did, but he would have been one place ahead anyway. It was just him and Legend who swapped around, and Legend's on a set of the mediums now. He did get disqualified and finished, well, he was 10th in the standings for the qualifying before he got disqualified. Speaking of disqualified, there goes Wesker and Dawn, disqualified and back on the grid. Legend's on a set of the mediums now. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. He was 10th.
I don't either.
He was 10th when he got disqualified from the session. Me personally, I think he should have started on the softs. I think that would have been the tyre he would have been forced on.
Yeah, even in the old lobby, he would have been on the softs anyway, I think. Oh no, it may have given him a free choice. Obviously, we can't calculate that prediction there, as they're coming through the final 2 corners, and I'll hand you over to my commentator colleague for the last. Oh no, they're not through. I thought they were through the
final 2 corners. They've just gone to sector 2.
Storm's having a mare.
The Storm is having a mare, ladies and gentlemen. If we all want, Storm to, take a minute, collect his thoughts for about 2 minutes or so. Put yes in the chat right now.
It's that time of the year. I think I've let go a little bit too early. I'm making a storm of it this evening. Unfortunately, I'll be at the commentary box by the end of the year. At this rate, So they are coming through the final few corners. So I'll hand you over to my commentator colleague for the final race here in TTML Formula 3 for 2021, as we see out 2021 going into 2022 for the Russia Grand Prix. And I'll hand you over to Ivor Bryn Mike for lights out here in Sochi at the Russian Grand Prix.
Yes, as we got everyone now beginning to take their grid positions. Who is going to come out on top here? Sway gets the honour of the last pole position here in Formula 3 for 2021. But will he be able to convert it into a win? Will Juan Rojo challenge him into turn 2? Will Carlsbury get a good start in those mediums? Time will tell. But here we go. The 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway, and it's a very good start there from Carlsbury. He gets the jump on his teammate. Jan gets a good launch as well. Yaham is out of the race. What's going on with Yaham back there?
Yeah, I think he got a little tap from the rear and, yeah, went straight into the wall. And that's a virtual safety car within lap 1 and into turn 2.
Yes, a very early incident. Hopefully we can get word. Oh, a sway! 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags, and does he get? I don't know whether that will stick or whether it'll get removed, because he was leading anyway going into turn 2, and I think obviously with the virtual safety car coming out, people have overtaken and then let people go again, and it's caused an issue there for Sway.
Wow, I don't know if he will get it taken because he will serve it because of the pits.
I mean, it depends if we have a safety car at some point in this race, I think.
Yeah. So the one stop here in Russia, the soft to the medium, as you mentioned, you don't want to be touching them hard compound tire. Yeah, so lap 1 VSC, drivers will have to respect the delta and reduce their speed by 40%, while we are under here. It'll be interesting to see if anyone does get a drive-through. The two drivers that don't want drive-throughs.
Here we go with back racing once again. Sway has got a pretty decent restart. Jan's got a decent restart. Carsby on those mediums, trying to keep with the top 3 here as we begin lap number 2, and I'm going to say the first proper lap of green flag racing here, as Poldy is also out of the session. What's going on with Poldy as Varg's in the pits?
Yeah, I think that was sector 3. Yes, it was, as I think he had a moment, and I just wonder, has that VSC helped Sway going into turn 1 and 2 to keep the two Alfa Romeos behind? And I just, actually, Jan's got past Colesbury.
Yeah, that's old news, but that's old news. Where have you been?
As Jan is,
I'm a soft looking down the inside of AJ as they go into turn number 5, and I'm a sloth gets through, but can AJ fight back? He's going to be smarter than that. AJ really trying to squeeze the Ferrari there tight as possible to the apex, but the Ferrari said, nope, I'm coming through like it or not.
Yeah, and that's not a is Yarham's Aston Martin, isn't he? So is Poldy, so not a great day for the Aston Martin guys. Yeah, I just thinking that Jan's got past because of the tyre advantage. He is on the softs, as we know Carlsbury set his lap on the medium compound tyre.
Around the outside of Stevie G. Is he going to be able to pull it off? He's going to outbrake and still try it around the outside. Yogi trying to make this work. He's absolutely cut the corner, an absolute treat. Wesker's now having a look, and Stevie G able to defend so far, but Yogi looking for a very opportunistic move there. As Sway sets the new fastest lap of the race. DRS is now enabled, so we should start to see some overtakes happen. I don't think Juan's going to be close enough going into turn 2, but AJ will be, and AJ is going to get through and up into P5 as Yoki gets past Stevie G. So both Ferraris losing a spot there, but Stevie G, a fantastic run out of turn 2. He's on the inside for turn 3, and he will have to tighter line, but Yogi is going to have the inside for turn 4, but Stevie able to hold it, and he does hold it. And here comes Wesker now, having a little look down the inside, but doesn't want to. Oh my god, Yogi's just outbroken himself, gone straight into the back of Stevie, and he's around.
Yeah, I just wonder, as I'm on board with Jan, he's going to be backed up by JJ, yeah, that may help into the benefit of Carlsbury.
I'm not sure, like, what you're technically watching there, but Juan is not backing up Jan into Carlsbury at this time, but Sway very defensively gets a poor run underneath the bridge, but he's able to defend from the Alfa Romeo. But you've got to think it's only a matter of time here for Sway holding on to that lead of the race. We've got AJ and Emma Slough still scrapping out for P5. And Sway already, as Varg is out of the race as well. Looks like he's lost it through turn 9, and that's another virtual safety car.
Yeah, and this is going to help Sway massively, as they're all coming through the DRS, and Yeah, Carlsbury just backing off his, well, not his teammate, should I say, backing off Jan quite a bit there, as there is now a gap. As oh, the safety car is out.
Oh,
Safety car has
got a full
been.
course.
Yeah, so the safety car is out.
And Wesker needs to be careful here so he doesn't go into the back of the safety car, because that could be a tricky situation for him.
Yeah.
So if I was these guys on the softs right now, I would be pitting and chucking on a set of the medium straight to the end.
Yeah, I think that would be the better option, because the safety car is going to be out for a few laps, should I say. So getting that one stop out the way now would save you massive, because it's halved. I don't know how long is the pit lane here. I know it's it must be at least 20, at least.
Well, it's definitely at least 20. It's I think it's like from pit entry to pit exit. I think the time loss is around 24 seconds, something like that.
Yeah. So if you halve that, so that's going to be, you say 24, roughly around about 23, 24. So you're looking around about 11 to 12 second if you halve that. So, yes. So Carlsbury's going to stay out, obviously, because he's on the mediums. But yeah, everyone on the softs pitting at the moment.
It's a smart thing to do for everyone on the softs.
Yeah.
Yogi, though, he made his pit stop under another set of softs before the safety car came out. Now the question is, does he come in? Oh my god, AJ's on the hards. He's absolutely Muller cornered there, let's see. And CR7's on the hards as well, but CR7 started on the set of the medium, so
yeah,
it makes sense for him to go onto the hards. But AJ has absolutely Muller cornered this, because those hards are not a good race tyre here.
Yeah, the thing with CR7, I just wonder if he's gone on them because he knows that Carlsbury is going to have to pit. So if he can work his way up the grid, by the time he gets to Carlsbury, and Carlsbury hasn't pitted, that would gain him an advantage, but then Carlsbury's going to be on the soft. So, yeah, that's an interesting one of what CR7's done. He could have stayed out on the mediums, but he chose not to.
Yeah, so for CR7, he's gone for the long game here. He thinks, okay, he hasn't got to make another pit stop. The issue for CR7 is the fact that he is on those hard tyres, which are absolutely abysmal here in Sochi. I despise these white wall tyres with an absolute passion here. And you can get the mediums to the end. Like, it's not difficult. They do start the way towards the end, but only in like the final couple of laps. And we got a safety car out, so they're getting a couple of free laps anyway. For CR7, it probably would be wise if the safety car stays out for another lap, to come back into the pits, put another set. Oh no, it's coming in this lap. I was going to say he could have just come back in and then chucked on a set of the mediums and gone to the end on another set of mediums, but it would have been a good strategy, but safety car was having none of it. And now we wait for Carlsbury to get underway once again, and he has gone. He's caught Wesker absolutely napping there. He's taken a very long snooze in that final sector, and Carlsbury has bolted away. We've got Juan on the back of Legend here, and Legend on the back of Appledon.
Yeah, as they make their way through turn 1 and turn 2. And I believe last season we saw quite a few battles between Wesker and Carlsbury.
Sorry, contact there between Juan, Legend and Appledon, but Juan gets through and he's up in the P4. The good thing for the Alfa Romeo driver is because Sway had that 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags, he is now in relatively clear air, not much of a challenge there. And as I said, these hards are so bad. Look how quickly AJ's fallen.
Yeah, and I think what the McLaren drivers have done, they're banking on another safety car, and yeah, I think that's a very high risk to play. It may come off as a high reward, but yeah, that's a very high risk to do. As JJ and Appledorn are having a battle, it looked like briefly, but yeah, Appledorn up into P4, Legend up into P5, obviously after the safety car, and
Jan's
the
down the inside of Legend there. Oh, bit of contact there as Jan makes a bit of contact, and it does all go wrong as Sway is now down the inside of the Haas driver. Had a look at Legend, but no overtake there for the Williams driver, as he is now going to use his ERS to try and get a run on the AlphaTauri. Can he get alongside? And they're both closing in on Appledorn up ahead, so might not be a fruitful opportunity here for Sway, and he's going to smartly back out and stick in behind.
Yeah, as I think. Oh no, Sway is gonna have a look. Is he gonna
run? He's gonna have a look down the inside. No, he's gonna back out again. Sway, knowing that this is getting through these two cars is make or break for him, but he's got to be smart about how he does it.
Yeah, you've always got to be, I think, smart with this type of track, as the walls are not your friend, as they're not close in, but they are close enough. Oh, as Legend gets a bad understeer there and doesn't lose the place.
One is through on Wesker and up into second place. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 for now.
Yeah, as that Alfa Romeo 1-2, if that stayed the way it was, then yeah, that could be massive for them, not just in the drivers but in the constructors as well. Sway still can't get past Legend. He's having to be patient as Appledorn is right in front of Legend, should I say.
Yeah, but DRS is now enabled, so maybe this will begin to help Sway try to get through these two. But let's have a look and see what the run is like. Legend is going to get the move on Appledorn. We're going to see that happen. As there goes the AlphaTauri on the Mercedes. Can Sway get through also? No. Sway once again stuck behind, but he does get a better run out of the corner than the Mercedes, and he's going to draw alongside the inside of Appledorn, and he gets the move done. So Sway now up into P5, and he needed to do that, and now has Legend all alone ahead of him, and Wesker just over a second up the road.
Yeah, perfect move there for the Williams driver, as he's looking to get himself back up there.
Sorry, I think Wesker's had a very poor couple of corners there, because Legend is now within DRS range. It's going to make it difficult now for Sway to get the move done.
Well, Sway has DRS, so
does Legend.
Yeah. Sway's not gonna. Sway's gonna have a go, I think.
Down the inside. No, he's going to back out. Legend closing in on Wesker, and Sway. Oh, beautiful little switchback. Oh, contact. Legend's lost it, and he's gone into Sway, and I think that's wing damage now for the Williams.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, wing damage. So, not a great race for our pole sitter, as Sway will now enter the pits. Oh, look at the. That's a Ferrari, and that's Stevie G round. As yeah, Sway entered the pits, and that was a frantic final few corners there for a few of the drivers.
What exactly happened? I came onto the back end of it. I just saw a wild Mercedes out of nowhere. Like what happened?
I think Appledorn and Stevie G, I think it might have been, I can't remember which Ferrari it was. They were all just literally trying to get side by side. Because they knew Sway was going into the pits, and yeah, it just went all wrong for all the drivers. As yeah, Sway's now into the pits, and I suspect he will go for another set of mediums as he started on the softs.
Right, and I'm just going to give you guys a quick update on just how bad these hard compound tyres are. CR7's already 15 seconds behind Carlsbury.
Yeah, that's not going to help his championship battle, unfortunately. I wouldn't be surprised if CR7 pits for a set of mediums. I wouldn't be surprised.
CR7's gone for the wrong tyres there. AJ absolutely butchered it because he could have just gone for a set of the mediums and got to the end lovely. But he went for a set of hards, and look at how far he's dropping off everyone.
Yeah, as the two Mercedes are going for it. They're going to switch positions as Yogi is on the soft compound tyre. So...
no, Appledorn going to stay out. I think he may have damage, though.
Well, his wing's still intact, so I think...
yeah, for us his wing's intact, but, you know, for...
Oh, Legend's in.
Yeah, Legend in. But, yeah, his wing's intact. Like, for us, visually, as we got Jan being overtaken by Stevie there, and he's going to get straight back through with a lovely run out of turn 2. Jan down the inside. And
yeah,
he's going to make it work. Yes, he is. And confirmation in the chat.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
Apparently, CR7's on pad here.
Yeah. So, not up to his usual self. At least he's come to race. He didn't not attend tonight. He still will get points, just I think maybe not the points total he needs to close that gap up to what would be Carlsbury's now increasing gap, as Carlsbury is the race leader with his teammate firmly behind him, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Should I say something very controversial?
What's that?
CR7 fraud pad is easier to race with than wheel.
Yeah, it definitely lets everyone else have have a gap. Oh, CR7 gets 3-second time penalty. So the first driver to get one is CR7. Obviously, Sway had the 5-second. Obviously, that's been served, so that can't be removed, I believe, by the stewards now.
And Carlsbury's going to let his teammate go, perhaps. And no, Carlsbury's actually going to fight his teammate. And Juan, he's trying to get this move done on Carlsbury. Carlsbury is not really wanting to give this up.
Yeah, if CR7's watching this and he's seeing that maybe, you know, if the two Alfa Romeos get it wrong, as we saw in Hungary, JJ didn't finish. Just imagine if Carlsbury did not finish this race and somehow CR7 gets himself on a podium. That would help him going into 2022, into Canada. It wouldn't obviously bring him on points level, but it would close that gap up just a little bit.
Juan has just got through on Carlsbury with DRS, as I believe we just saw the switch in between Appledorn and the AJ there. CR7 on pad, which, you know, it's a lot easier to race on pad than on wheel. You know, I mean, it takes real skill to race on wheel. No skill at all to race on pad.
Yeah, JJ and Carlsbury have switched. So
yeah, I know. I said that just a minute ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you'd caught it or not. Carlsbury is going to get DRS. I think Carlsbury has the fastest lap as well. So Alfa Romeo really strong here this week. So yeah, they want maximum points.
I'm just here triggering all the pad users.
Hey, I use pad. Leave it out.
And I just got a message in the chat about it. I mean, it is easier. Like, you know, it's an entry level game. Like, you know, it's made for people on pad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're not good on pad, then like, are you any good at all? Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I expect Yogi will be coming in round about the next 1 or 2 laps, as he's on 7 lap soft, so he'll probably go for a set of fresh mediums, I suspect, as Wesker's on 11 lap mediums, and so is Carlsbury, so I suspect
I know
lap 17 them two will be in. And yeah, Carlsbury is just able to keep so close to his teammate. It's ridiculous how his pace is on, you know, I know they're still usable, but They are 11 laps in now, and yeah, he's still able to keep that close to his teammate.
The thing is, though, the mediums after 11 laps are not really that bad.
No.
And Carlsbury shouldn't really, like, at any point in this race, Carlsbury shouldn't really have like a major drop off in tyre performance. Juan may get the drop off towards the end of this race, but that goes for the likes of Stevie, Jan, Graham, and everyone else who switched on to the mediums also. I'm looking at this battle for P4 right now, and if these guys battle enough, they are going to be under some huge pressure from Carlsbury at the end of this race.
Yeah, and maybe, Carlsbury is now showing his outright pace because maybe he feels that he could sneak into F2 next season. Obviously, it won't be this season now, but yeah, maybe just obviously I can't remember what the assist restrictions are for F2, but yeah, he may just be thinking to himself, I can show my pace in this tier, sort out my racecraft from last season, and yeah, just win a championship, and yeah. Oh, massive understeer from JJ there, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, as these two at the moment are just above all else in this race so far.
Yeah, and Joe, I'm actually going to bring attention to someone who's having a very quiet race, but a very good race at the moment. And that's the man currently in P6. It's Graham.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier, though, when we was in the qualifying before, obviously, the lobby issue. Graham may, have had that jump up this season from F4, obviously, unfortunately, Crawley missing out on that championship in F4 last season, but, like you said, he's calm, he's consistent, and that's the type of teammate that Sway has got this season. He will get you points no matter what, and that's what he's doing right now, and he's doing a fantastic job there in P6.
Yes, and obviously when you look at everything right now, obviously Carlsbury and Wesker still need to make their pit stop. Wesker's going to come out, I think, a bit too far behind to really get himself back up towards any type of podium battle. Carlsbury's the main threat here, but for the likes of Stevie, Jan and Graham, these three are in a battle for essentially a podium.
Yeah, I think it would be nice for any three of them to get a podium. Obviously, I commentated over Graham last season in F4 with TTG Conti, and yeah, he was just fantastic there, and yeah, okay, he's not been at the top this season, but yeah, I think, like you said, he is consistent, and he gets the job done, and that's what he's doing at the moment in P6. Maybe after the medium runners have pitted, he could be looking maybe a podium if he can get past Jan and Stevie G.
Well, I mean, right now, obviously, Stevie needs to use ERS to stay ahead of Jan, and Graham doesn't need to use anything. He's just getting towed along right now with DRS, and he does have the most ERS out of these three drivers. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a bit of bias towards Graham, just because he's Irish. If you're Irish or Scottish, you got my support, or Welsh.
Yeah. Well, that excludes me then, because I'm British. But yeah, no, it's also nice.
The Celts stick together.
Yeah, it's also nice to see that Williams back up there in, up there fighting for podiums or race victories as well. But yeah, another 2-3 laps, we could see Carlsbury and Wesker in, because obviously they're going to have to pit soon, because we are down to potentially the last. Oh, Legends left the session. We are going to be coming down very shortly to the last 10 laps.
Okay, so here is the situation in terms of the pit stop window for Carlsbury. He is 22 seconds ahead of AJ. So he'll either come out very close to AJ or just behind AJ. Or maybe just ahead if he continues on for enough laps. But he'll be well clear of 9th place, as CR7 now is up into 9th due to Outlawn coming into the pits. And Sway, after having to make an extra pit stop and get his front wing replaced, he's already closing in on the back of CR7. That goes to show how terrible these hard tyres are. Look how far off the lead he is. He's 31 seconds off the lead. And he's on pad as well, which means he should have an advantage.
Yeah, as CR7 picks up his second track penalty. The only driver, except from Sway's obviously 5-second penalty, to even get the penalty. So the drivers have been keeping it within the track limits, which is what we like to see.
And here comes Graham. Here comes Graham. Jan's got no DRS. Graham with DRS. He's going to go straight through. Graham up into P5 and now can try and get onto the back of the Ferrari of Stevie. Can Graham get ahead of the Ferrari now? As that is Wesker who is just ahead, and Wesker is the man who's currently in P3, but obviously yet to make his pit stop.
Yeah, it just seems like this race, it's masterclass plan from Alfa Romeo, and yeah, just disaster from McLaren, because they're on the wrong tyre for a fact, because you can see the gap that Sway had. Sway has gone for the move there and got himself up to P9. But yeah, no, I think it's not been a great race for McLaren, and I think Alfa Romeo going into 2022, they will be loving it, as they could potentially take a P1 and P2 still here if Carlsbury can get back, as Sway and CR7 are having a battle for P9.
This is what you like to see. Sway and CR7 having a bit of a ding-dong here for P9. Sway, he's going to try and force you to shoot down the inside. Oh, he's going to hold it around the outside. Oh, switch back there from Sway. And he's through down on the inside as we approach turn 5. CR7 going to hold it around the outside. This is brilliant stuff between these two. As Sway still on the inside. Oh, CR7 sends it around the outside. Stevie, yes, he is in P4. Don't worry, we haven't forgot about Stevie. But we're just watching some fantastic battling going on between Sway and CR7. As Carlsbury is into the pits.
Yeah, so Carlsbury now making his one stop that he will make this race onto the soft compound tyre for the last 9 laps here in Sochi at the Russian track. As he is going to drop, as the gap times are just adjusting themselves.
I think it'll be... It's going to be close between him and AJ. AJ might be able to get him with the overspeed.
It'd be nice to see if we get Carlsbury versus CR7, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, unfortunately for the McLaren duo, AJ did not come out ahead of Carlsbury here. So Carlsbury with a bit of fresh air up to the Ferrari of Imar Sloth. And then he's got a 5-second gap up to this battle for P3 on track, which will become P2 once Wesker makes his pit stop.
Yeah, this is going all well for Carlsbury at the moment. I think what wouldn't help him is a penalty. Obviously, we can't see what the track warnings are at the moment, but Carlsbury in prime position, maybe to take P2. He could still take the race win if he closes up the gap and gets past the drivers in front of him.
Okay, so this is the opportunity now for Graham. He's just seen that red light flashing on Stevie's car. He needs to get through. I think Wesker's going to peel off into the pits this lap. Graham needs to get through on this Ferrari on this lap, and he's got the ERS that he can pull away, because he does not want Jan to start saving up ERS in behind. So here we go, Graham. Is he going to be able to get this move done on Stevie. The DRS is wide open. The red light isn't on. Now it is, but he's just too far back. Stevie getting a good run at that final corner to launch himself down the straight.
Yeah, as Carlsberg gets past I'm a Sloth for P6, and Carlsberg will make his way and try and catch Jan for P5, and then he'll have Graham just in front.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You would expect Carlsberg on those softs to absolutely carve his way through, but Jan, Stevie and Graham, all in DRS train together, all battling for position, and Carlsberg will also be battling for position. These three guys are going to make it a little bit difficult for Carlsberg, I think, and it's going to be interesting to see how these four coincide with each other as we close into the end of this race. But Wesker, we presume, will be in the pits very, very soon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be inevitable when Wesker does come in for that one stop. He's leaving it quite late, as 7 laps to go here in Russia.
He's praying for a safety car, I think.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't pit, the game may DSQ him, and yeah, he won't get no points then.
Right, here we go. Graham got a good run. Graham got a decent run out of the final corner. Use your ears, Graham. You can get past the Ferrari here. Use your ears. Nope, he's absolutely bottled it. It's terrible.
As Carlsberg...
go on, I was just about to say, Scuba Joe, if you are in the party with with Graham, allow him to know his ERS button is there to be used.
Yeah, as CR7 picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he goes on mediums for the last 7 laps. I think, yeah, his day has gone from bad to worse. As Carlsberg's going to go for the move on Graham, and yeah, that was an easy move there for Carlsberg, as Carlsberg is now up to P4, and yeah, Carlsberg is on the charge.
Yep, and Carlsberg's already carved his way through, and he's already back up into basically second place.
Yeah, that's...
Actually, this is actually bad for... this is great for Stevie. This is bad for Graham, because, see, Carlsberg now splitting Stevie and Wesker. Stevie could somehow stay in the second window, which he probably should as we go for these final 2 corners. Oh, he's actually not done. Actually not done that. So now Carlsberg should be able to get through on Wesker. I think Wesker may have forgotten that he actually has to make another pit stop. I think Wesker has completely forgotten.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a tricky situation. There's I can't remember who did it in Imola in the sprint race. Who went all the way up to first and then got DSQ'd? Waffles, that was it. If you remember, Waffles didn't make a pit stop in Imola. Like yeah, so I wonder if it's the same for Wesker. He's completely forgot that he needs to make a pit stop.
And we just had a comment in the chat saying, does Wesker realise he needs to pit? I honestly don't know what's going through Wesker's mind. I think he's trying to stay out as long as possible, just in case a safety car comes out, but yeah, he's banking on a safety car or a virtual safety car at this point. But
I might make a controversial comment here. Wesker's in the Red Bull. He's waiting for Michael Massey.
I mean, it wasn't controversial. It just wasn't that good.
Wow, he's in a Red Bull. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that good. Like, you know, as a joke, it's just a mild out of 10, you know.
So yeah, I think Wesker may have actually forgotten he's actually needing to pit, unless he does it like last lap, because the game will DSQ him if he doesn't. and he won't be scoring any points. And yeah, it would be a race of a waste for him, as he'd have done them 27 laps for nothing.
Honestly, if I'm Wesker, if the safety car doesn't come out now on this lap, you got to pit.
Yeah, he must know that he hasn't pitted yet, because Jeff would be in his ear saying you need to pit. So I can't understand why he's not pitted and why he didn't pit when Carlsbury went in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe Wesker thinks he did pit under the safety car at the start of the race, but...
Surely
I mean,
you would know if you've pitted or not. Surely.
Yeah, but, you know, Wesker can sometimes be very forgetful.
Well, yeah, true. As Stevie G is closing that gap. It's around about 4 to 5 tenths. Still can't get past Wesker. And,
But what this is doing, though, this is helping Stevie, because he can just use Wesker now as a DRS tool to save up the DRS so he can defend from Graham.
Yeah, this is now literally a fight for a podium. As Wesker's going to go on lap 24 and not make a pit stop. Oh, yeah, 23. Oh, CR7 is out.
CR7's out. Is that going to be a safety car? It is a safety car. Wesker has been saved. Wow. As Sway gets a 5-second... Sway. This was your opportunity to get back into this race, and you go and do that. Right. Lap...
AJ's gone on the softs as well. So he's going to be...
I mean, I'm just going to say it now. I'm surprised CR7 crashed on pad. Like, the pad is clearly,
it's OP.
Yeah, the pad's OP.
Yeah, so it is no points here for CR7, and Carlsbury can really extend his points advantage, as that's another penalty for Legend. 5 seconds at the end, as Sway has also got a penalty.
Yeah, Sway picked up a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. As we got some conspiracy theories going on in the chat saying fixed, it's not obvious at all, 100% on purpose. Guys, we know, right? We all know the pad is literally, you just can't, crash out on pad. Like, it's such the easiest thing to use in your life. But one is into the pits. Carlsbury, of course, we would assume would stay out. Question is, does Graham, Jan, and Sloth stay out?
Wow, Wesker's now been reminded that
they're all in. It's terrible, Graham. You could have got a podium, but you could have got a podium.
It was until I mentioned Michael Massey, nothing happened until then. So I think that's commentator's curse.
Your terrible joke's done all this, but your terrible joke.
Yeah, I think I'll just leave at the back door now. Yeah, so everyone's going to pit for soft, so it is going to be a sprint race, and will it be one? Will it be 2 laps? Who knows, as we come to the closing stages here in Russia, in Sochi, at the Sochi Autodrome, as Appleton gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane. No, not pit lane, safety car.
I'm very upset because what this as Carlsbury's actually one back ahead. I just clocked that, but I'm very upset because what has just happened is absolutely terrible, and it's cost Graham a podium here. The Irishman could have been on the podium.
Wait, how many drive-thrus has Appledorn got? Because that's the third time that's come up. I swear that's the third. 3 drive-through. I don't think he'll be finishing the race.
Well, he can just go to the end of the race. He'll just get a 20-second time penalty added onto his...
Yeah. No black and white flags?
Maybe. But,
yeah.
I think everyone in the chat would agree with me here that Graham was robbed. I think everyone in the chat...
Unless Graham can get through Stevie G and Wesker, then yeah, it's looking very unlikely as them two will probably. Whoa! Look at the two Alfa Romeos going there side by side next to each other. Luckily, Carlsbury backed out there as everyone is on fresh softs as Carlsbury is on 5 lap softs, but with Carlsbury I don't think it matters what life of tyre he's on. He still has that incredible raw pace as all the drivers are now nearly on the back of this safety car. We're just waiting for 3 and yeah, Legend is 29.2 seconds behind.
Can we just take a second here to realise just how jammy Wesker is? Like I think we need. I think we're not underestimating this, but Wesker
Underrated.
not
What he's
underrated,
done.
not underrated, but incredibly fortunate. Incredibly. Some people are putting question marks on, you know, the reason the safety car came out. I mean, you know, we'll leave that to the stewards. I'm just going to say that, you know, the pad is the easiest thing to use ever, and you know, it is what it is. But Wesker has literally been gifted an opportunity here at the podium, and let's also remember that he is on fresh softs versus Carlsbury. He's on worn softs. He does have an opportunity to attack Carlsbury here.
Yeah, that's obviously another contributing factor to it. I wonder if we're going to get any DRS the rest of this race, because that safety car is not in yet, and obviously, as you've mentioned there, we won't get any. So that's out the window for Graham, because Graham could have used DRS, and yeah, I suspect that safety car will be in this lap.
Yes, the safety car is in this lap, which means Legend's the only one that doesn't catch up to the back of the pack. Unfortunate for him, but we'll see who's going to come out on top here, as Juan will back up the pack and Carlsbury will be under pressure from Wesker. Stevie and Graham will continue their battle. AJ has managed to get ahead of Jean in all this.
Yeah, at least McLaren will get some points somewhere in this race, as we're going to get back under racing hopefully very shortly, as JJ or Yuan, I can't pronounce his name unfortunately. Juan. It sounds like you're saying Juan.
Say it. No, you gotta say it like you know, Montoya's name is Juan.
Yeah,
Juan.
As they are back under racing here in Russia for TTML Formula 3 round number 6, as Carlsbury is going to have to defend. Oh no, maybe not, as the door gets closed on Wesker. Let's go further down the order. Is anyone going to make a move?
I think the most likely one now is AJ on Graham, which is unfortunate. Sway. Oh, actually, Jean having a look on AJ down the inside into turn 4. Oh, and they just about make it work. Yeah, they just about make it work there. Jean unable to get the move done.
Yeah, as they come on lap, well, they're on lap 26 of 27. Appledore now gets a 3-second time penalty, and yeah, not a great day for Mercedes, but it is a great day at the moment for Alfa Romeo. They currently sit in P1 and P2 respectively, with Wesker rounding off that final podium place. But can he hold on?
Here comes Sway on Sloth. Sway not acting like a sloth at all. He's going to try and make this move here down the inside into turn number 13. The Williams will go. Is he going to be able to hold it there? And the Sloth there will defend. Sway will have to come back at him. And looking at this, we see Carlsbury's already been dropped by his teammate Wesker. Final lap of the race. Can the Red Bull get this move done? As Graham and Stevie still battling out. We've got AJ and Jean in behind, but let's go back up towards this battle for P2, and it looks like Carlsbury's got a fantastic run at the final corner. Wesker, the safety car, did save his race completely, but it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to the Alfa Romeo to get himself further up onto that podium, get himself onto the second step. Any last lap penalties? That's going to be the issue now for these guys. Last lap penalties.
Yeah, especially with the drivers being so close together now. any penalty could change the landscape. And so Appledorn is back into the pits for his drive-through, as he did have, I believe, 2 to serve. So he's served the second one and put himself around about 36 seconds and going up behind Legend. Unfortunately for Appledorn, but yeah, it is now coming through the final few corners as the two Alfa Romeos have led this race from start, well, near to start, as Sway set it on pole. As
Sway's
yeah,
going to go for it around the outside of Emmerslough. In the final sector, on the final lap, the Williams versus the Ferrari. Sway's got to outbrake him and go around the outside once again. And Yogi's around. And Emmerslough defends, but we'll go on board with Juan, who comes across the line, takes the win on the fastest lap. Carlsbury in second, Wesker in third, Stevie in fourth, Graham in fifth. DRS has been enabled, so there's proof that it wasn't going to be no DRS. AJ in sixth, Jan in seventh, Sloth in eighth, Sway in ninth, Yogi comes across the line in 10th, and we got Legend in 11th, and Appledorn coming across eventually after his 2 drive-through penalties. We wait.
Yeah, he's still got a penalty beside his name, which is a drive-through, so he's going to get 20 seconds added on. But yeah, he is going to come through the final 2 corners and see out the final race here in TTML F3 for 2021, as Sloth gets a 20-second penalty.
I don't think that counts. That don't count.
No, I think that will get removed, as that is race complete here in TTML F3 for round 6 here in Russia. I can't get my words out now. For the Russian Grand Prix, it's JJ on for the race win here for Alfa Romeo with his teammate in P2 with Carlsbury. Then, with the late safety car drama, gets himself on the final podium place. It is Wesker in the Red Bull. It's been an Alfa Romeo masterclass here, and it's been a McLaren disaster in Russia. I'll hand you over to my colleague in the comms box, I've been Mike, for the provisional race results here in F3.
And there it is. We have Juan Rojo taking victory here and the fastest lap. So good going from him in the Alfa Romeo. Carlsbury, the championship leader, extends his lead even further with that second place. Wesker comes home to take that final podium position. Stevie G in fourth, Graham in fifth, AJ in sixth, Jan in seventh, Sway comes home in eighth, ninth will go to Legend. I'm a Sloth, who finished in 8th, got awarded a 20-second time penalty we expect to be removed. So I'm a Sloth will come home in 8th when that happens. Yogi in 11th. Appledorn in 12th, and now non-finishers with CR7, Vag, Poldy, and Yaham. And honestly, when you gotta look at driver of the day predictions, to me, there's 3 choices. There's Wesker.
Yeah.
There's Graham. There's Stevie.
Yeah.
I suppose you could put Juan in there as well, but putting the race winner in is kind of boring for
yeah.
I don't like doing that. It's boring. But for me, it's those 3.
Yeah. For definite, for the race that's happened, I think them 3 stood out. You could say Sway maybe on his comeback drive, but yeah, definitely them 3. But I think you're going to have to pick one, and I'm now going to have to ask you to whittle that down to 1.
Well, here's how I'm looking. Right, Wesker, very lucky with that safety car. Would have been no way without it. Stevie, great performance. Held on to what was provisionally, it would have been P3, but that safety car ruined it. He did a fantastic job, as did Graham. So I can whittle it down to 2 between Stevie and Graham. And obviously, I think Graham would have got the podium at the end, so I'll go with Graham.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to go the opposite way, and I'm going to go with Stevie, as I think the late safety car did guarantee Wesker a podium there. So yeah, the 2 drivers of the day are Graham and Stevie G. Well, that is it for 2021 here in Formula 3 for TTML, as we have had a fantastic Russian Grand Prix here and all the other races that happened this season and the season before in TTML for 2021. Myself and Ivor Bryn Mike will be back for F3 in 2022 for round 7 at the Gilles Villeneuve track in Canada, and Formula 4 and Formula 5 will be on tomorrow, taking you through the action. Will be TTG Conti and Rail Funky Chicken for Formula 4. Then Formula 5 will be NSR Pariah and OFB, I believe it is, Buck for Formula 5. And then for the final the absolute final race is the Formula 1 TTML guys on the Sunday, which will be commentated by Luke Everidge and TTG James Head, or TTG Head, whichever he prefers to be called. But until next time, when we go racing here in TTML for the F3, it's a very Merry Christmas to everyone for next week, and we will see you guys all in the new year in 2022 when we go to the Gilles Villeneuve track in Canada.
Yep, and I echo that. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. I would say it in Welsh, but that's just a mouthful that I can't really say right now.
Yeah.
But yep, until 2022, guys, I've been Mike, he's been Stone Kings, and we'll see you next year.